Hello, my friends, and welcome to Kitsune Readings, where your questions find answers. Hello, my friends, Ryu here. We're going to today do another chapter in the 21 Lessons of Merlin. This would be how to make the Pelan Tan. So let's look at what that is, shall we? We got sort of an image here. We got the Pelan Tan. So, the mind is the slayer of the real. Let the disciples slay the slayer. H.P. Blavatsky, The Voice of Silence. There were giants. It is a story which is location specific. It focuses upon one geographic location and one only, the cave. Caves were primeval Celtic symbols of the womb and the tomb, of the Earth Mother, of death and rebirth. For this reason, Druidic initiations were often held deep within caves or caverns to represent change from one life to another, through emergence, not unlike natural birth. Arthur underwent such a rebirth initiation at the Giant's Cave, and in so doing encountered a unique Druidic device, the Pelan Tan. The Old Welsh translation of the term Pelan Tan is fire globe, which is a precise description of its construct, literally. These were hand-blown spheres of deep blue, occasionally green glass, varying in size from that of a human head to a basketball. At their top was a round hole just large enough to reach down in and light a candle positioned at the bottom. A knotted network of leather cord or rope then provided a means of suspending the orb from the hand, or more commonly from the branches of trees. The group ritual use of the Pelan Tan supplies us with one of the more colorful and picturesque images of classical Druidism. Upon any of the 4 Quas Quarter lunar high holy days, celebrants would meet in a wood clearing after nightfall, each arriving in absolute silence, carrying his highlighted Pelan Tan. After all the assembly was present, the globes would then be hung en masse about the lower tree branches to illuminate the ritual area in an eerie glow. The deep cobalt blue of the glass would have created a mind-altering black light effect against the stark white of the Druidic robes, an effect highly coveted by the priesthood. Before moving on the actual construction, a word need be said here concerning color. The Druids wore white robes above all other shades because they wished to radiate light, to stand apart from the world. To demonstrate this symbolic separation, they worked within a created sea of dark blue ultraviolet light, which they knew would highlight white tones over all others. The symbolic blue also represented the deep seas of Alan, often portrayed symbolically as a heavy blue chain. In a correspondingly similar case, it is known that red light was employed by the Motherhood of Avalon during the same time period for its similar effect on black, their own symbolic female shade. Red, or more properly infrared light, highlights black, brings it out like no other tone. Miss Teresa Worth of the New Avalon Center, a noted authority on Dark Age matriarchy, traces the association of red light districts and female prostitution back to the once widespread use of red spectrum by female religious orders. See the Book of Avalon, Motherhood of the Dark Ages by Blue Wind Publications, 1990. In today's high-tech world, cobalt light has again attained widespread use throughout the medium of black light posters and other psychedelic toys for entertainment. But to the Druids, this was a special blue light, and it was a religious tool. a threshold device thinning the barriers between the world and the other world, and to this end the Pelan Tan remains a powerful aid. They can be constructed in various creative ways. Hi, Gypsy. That would be my cat, Gypsy Jinx Danger. Ranging from a large glass canning jar to an actual round globe, perhaps a modification of a round glass lighting fixture, as commonly found in supply houses. Once you have located the clear base, it will be necessary to obtain blue glass stain from any good hobby shop. Be certain that it is a rich type of blue and not a lighter sky blue shade. Now, paint it on the outside of your glass with a good quality brush to avoid streaking. Several coats may be necessary. Next, obtain an amount of thick twine rope, leather, or even thin chain, and go about weaving a hanging basket style support system around your Pelan Tan. When finished, it should be able to be carried with ease and not in danger of slipping out of the weave work. Lastly, a black candle need be positioned inside. Why black? Because black is the one shade which is nearly invisible in blue light, and we want the effect of the suspended flame within the globe, not the candle itself. The best way to do this is to glue a small candle holder into a permanent position on the glass bottom. Then candles may be held in place securely and easily placed when necessary. The Pelan Tan is now ready for use. Use your glow globe whenever working outside at night, most effectively within the woods during the dark moon. Why? Because cobalt light, black light, ultraviolet light, attracts otherworldly forces and makes that ordinarily invisible visible. And for a totally out of this world experience, try reading the previous story, There Were Giants Within an Actual Cave or Deep Valley by the Light of the Pelan Tan. Or try thinning the veil further by reciting the ancient Welsh spell of making under similar conditions. If done with proper preparation and intent, this result is guaranteed to be unforgettable. As was just mentioned, threshold experiences may be triggered by the unique combination of sounds within the spell of making. Traditionally, it is always recited 3 times in succession. In order to facilitate experimentation, a phonetic breakdown of this ancient spell is given below. Memorize it, learn to breathe and dream it, and then be creative in your magic. Results will follow. A elfen tag dir senden du, kerig utor verlu regnun, os sirithek safertu, ver ek lunmor necramborlun. And there's the words you would chant with that. Now, I like in this book that they give you a magical working to do after reading the main chapter, right? That's actually really cool. It's good to study these things. Now, stay tuned for chapter 3, the box. We got some cool art here. This is going to be wonderful. I love you all. You can and you will achieve your dreams. Thanks for being here, my friends, and I will see you all very soon. Have a great day.